Ever wondered how people grow their wealth by investing in the stock market? Let's dive into it. By the end of this video, you will understand the basic of the stock market and how to start investing. So just keep on watching. Welcome guys. So before we begin this video, just want to say that we're still on the road to 300 subscribers. We're so close. Thinking about doing a giveaway when I reach 500. It sounds like a lot, but it's attainable just by clicking the subscribe button. And if there's something that you want to see on this channel, then leave a comment in the comment section. I'll try to make some videos about that. So as you can see in the title of this video, and based on the start, I'll be talking about investment. And this is actually the third time of making this video in the past year. So I remember last year when I went to Jamaica and I got some dividend payments, I made a whole video. So for some reason I just felt like it wasn't the right timing, and I didn't finish editing the video and I just scrapped it. A couple months ago, about January, I made another video. I revamped the video, made another video, and I started to edit that, and I still just didn't feel like it was the right time to post it. I didn't feel the vibes to post the video. So I'm trying again. Hopefully this time I will actually go through and edit this one and I'll actually post it. I want to do a series on the whole investment. If you've been following me and following this channel, following my social media, then you would know that investment is something that I talk about. You know, I'm going to be doing some kind of money thing. I'm one of those innovators. So yeah, I want to start this series about, talking about investments and so forth. And yeah, no, this is nothing unique. There are a lot of people out there who speak about this, but I just want to share my personalized knowledge, right? And hopefully to answer some questions that you all might have. All right, so investing is a powerful tool for building wealth and achieving financial goals. So in this video, I just want to break down the basics, hopefully step by step. Don't want it to be so long. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I've been saying stock and investment and so forth. All right, so let's start off by understanding what the stock market is. So the stock market is a platform where investors buy and sell shares of publicly traded companies. So the function of the stock market is that the companies issue stocks to raise capital. So let's say a company wants to increase their amount of money that they have. Some of them might have some debt that they want to repay or something. So they will make themselves public and offer some shares. They will sell shares to the public, and it doesn't always have to be public, but they'll sell shares, and from that money they would use that to build their company or something. And then when the profit comes back, you as the person who invested into their company will get returns based on how their company performed. So if everything goes well, then chances are you will get a profit on your investment. And in the rare case that the company didn't do well or their plans didn't come to fruition, then you know that there might be some loss. All right. So investors buy stocks hoping to earn a return through dividend or capital gain. So that's the main function of the stock market. Now, there are several major stock markets. The largest one, based on my knowledge, would be the New York Stock Exchange. That's the largest market capitalization. You have other international exchanges such as the London Stock Exchange, the Tokyo Stock Exchange, Jamaica Stock Exchange, and so forth. So yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about some key concepts and terminologies that you'll need. So once it is that you research stocks or trading, then these are some of the stuff that you will hear. So I'm just going to go ahead and just expound on what those are. So the first thing is stocks and bonds. So once it is that you have you're on social media, for me, every time I turn on my computer, I don't know if that is a thing. I don't know if that happens to everybody's computer, but on the startup page, it tends to show me some notification of the stocks that are the stocks and their prices. Also, I can talk about Jamaica TVJ news. There's a business aspect where they will talk about the Jamaican stock exchanges. It's the same international. Once it is everywhere on the internet, you're gonna see them talking about stocks and bonds and so forth. So stocks is an ownership share in a company. For example, if I say, all right, then I'm going to buy 100 shares in Microsoft, or I'm going to buy 10 shares in Apple, or I'm going to buy 50 shares in, let's think about a Jamaican stock. I'm going to buy 50 shares in Grace Kennedy Limited. I'm allowed to be a part of their annual meetings and to hear all of that. So I have invested into the company. So once it is that they are profitable, then I will also be somewhat profitable. The next thing is bond. So it's loans made to a company or government with fixed interest rate. So opposed to the stocks that fluctuate, so sometimes it will be increased, sometimes it will decrease. With the bonds, it has a fixed interest rate, right? So for example, for Jamaica, I know that the government would normally do bonds. So they will borrow money, and then they will make agreement to say, okay, I'm going to borrow this money for 2 years, and after the 2 years, every quarterly, I'm going to give you 5% on whatever money you lend me, right? So there will be different bonds that will come out, and once it is that you participate in that bond, then semi-annually or quarterly or yearly, you will get a percentage of increase. So let's say that you invest $100,000 into the Jamaican government, all right, and they agree to give you a 10% interest payment. Then let's say every 6 months or semi-annually, then you know that every 6 months you can look for a $10,000 from that bond, right? So for the year you will get $20,000. I highly doubt that they will offer you such a high interest. That was just an example, all right? So that's stocks and bonds. The next thing I want to talk about is dividend. The dividend is just payments made by corporations to its stakeholders, usually from profits. So again, if I invest into Grace Kennedy, and they increase their manufacturing or increase their products to the entire world, right? So they start to sell in the entire world, in supermarkets across the world. They're going to be profitable, right? And they're profitable, then they can, on the other hand, decide to say, okay, I'm going to share up a part of my profit to everyone who invested into my company. So dividend is another way that you can earn from these investments. So two other key terms that you will hear is bull and bear market. So the bull market is a period of raising stock prices, right? And the bear market is a period of declining stock prices. So once it is that you're listening to anything financial, you will hear them talking about the stock market as being bullish, which means that the stock is going up, or you might hear they say that it's bearish, which means that it's going down. So that's what it means. And the last thing I will talk about is risk and reward. So the concept between these two are the higher the potential returns comes with higher risk. So the higher the potential return, the higher the risk. For example, if you're investing in a startup company, opposed to a blue chip company. So those are just a few terminologies. There are some more terms. Hopefully I can go more into details with those terms in other videos. So the next thing I want to talk about is the type of investment options that are there. And there are several of them. I'm just going to list, I think, the major ones. The first one, as I've been talking about, stocks. So stocks, we have bonds, we have mutual funds, we have exchange traded funds, ETF, we have real estate investment trusts, we have cryptocurrency, which has become very popular as of recently. We have certificates of deposit, CDs, and there are some others. These are just a few. How to get started? So first thing we need to do is to set up a financial goal. So you need to make your goals. Is it a short-term goal? So are you saving for a vacation? Are you investing for a vacation? Or is it long-term? Are you investing long-term, thinking about your retirement and so forth? So those are the first vital thing that we need to consider. Next thing is to create a budget. So track income, list expenses, and just properly budget. I think most people who talk about investing, they will tell you, you invest from funds that you have sparingly and not money that you can't afford to lose, right? Because again, the investment market is unpredictable. There are times when you might lose some, you might gain some. It all depends. So it's good to invest from that money that you don't necessarily need, if you get what I'm saying. So additional funds. So the next thing I want to talk about is the investment account. So there are different investment accounts. Again, it depends on your purpose. So if you are you would open a brokerage account. If you a brokerage account will allow you to buy and sell stocks, bonds, and other securities. A retirement account like a 401k and all of those things, that's something to save towards your retirement. And the next thing is choosing the right broker. So there are several factors that comes into play when you are selecting a broker, such as low fees, user-friendly platform, good customer service, and there are several brokerage platforms out there internationally. You have interactive brokers, you have TD, Ameritrade, Robinhood, Vanguard, and so forth. As it relates to Jamaica, people living in Jamaica, just to name a few off the top of my head, you have JMMB, you have NCB Capital Markets, you have VMBS, who else? You have Barita, you have Sagicor, and there are several others, Proven, Mayberry, and so forth. And the startup is pretty much easy. The amount that you need to start up will vary depending on the brokerage company that you use. And I'm talking specifically to Jamaica, not really so off here with the international stock market. So yeah, so as I said, this is just a basic overview. I'm not going in details with this video, but I intend to make some more videos about this. So the next thing I want to talk about is common mistakes to avoid. The first thing is emotional investing, right? And I have been victim to this. I've been trying to work on this, and as a new investor and so forth, this is something that a mistake that a lot of people make. So try to avoid making decisions based on fear or greed, right? And especially with Forex. This really got me when I was doing Forex trading, and it even got me with one or two of my stocks, where you see it going up, or you see people talking about it, and then you decide, okay, I'm going to buy into it, but then the buying price is not the best. It's not the best time to buy. The market is being maybe being bullish. I didn't even read the market and so forth, and end up losing. So because of fear And also the same thing, you see the market being a bit bearish, and you go ahead and you sell out of fear of losing, and then 2 weeks down the line 2 weeks down the line or a month later, the market just goes in the opposite direction, and you end up losing money. All right. So sometimes you just have to stick it out, take emotions out of it, do your research, and ensure. So if the company is crashing, then I would say get out when you can. But sometimes the company is doing well, it's just off week or off day. So do not use those off days as a reason to pull or to go into something. Right? Off day or a good day, so don't use that. Anyways, next one is ignoring research. So danger of following the crowd without doing your own research. I think I pretty much, so listening to people, have a financial advisor. And most time when you open a brokerage account in Jamaica specifically, in Jamaica you might get a financial advisor, or find someone who can financially advise you, a licensed financial advisor, to give you advice about trading. Don't just listen to people. So so don't listen to me and say, oh, if I tell you now to say, okay, go ahead and buy 100 stocks in Apple, don't just listen to me. Do your research, because at the time of you seeing this video, Apple, it might be a bad time to buy stocks in Apple. If you get what I'm saying, right? I might be wrong. So do your own research. So these are just 2 common mistakes. There are more mistakes. And we live and we learn. So for me, I think I'm still in the learning process. I have been investing for, I think it has been about 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. And I've been just learning, buying a little stock here and there, and just learning as I go along. I would not say I am a good investor. I'm a pro at it, but I'm still learning, right? So if you have sticked out to this end of the video right here, you might be asking yourself, why invest in the stock market? And I have 3 pointers for you. The first thing is about potential. There's potential for high returns. Growing up, I would always hear older folks or see older folks, their mindset of saving would be to keep the money under the mattress or to put it in the bank, right? And then, like 20 years ago, 30, 50 years ago, keeping your money in the bank would have been a good way to build interest on it. But nowadays, especially in Jamaica, with those big banks, instead of the interest rate is not anything that you will see a growth over years, right? I remember during COVID, I saw the latest release of the interest rates offered by the bank, and the major banks, like it did not make any sense whatsoever. It didn't make any sense. You would have your money in the bank for 10 years and maybe you would get like a little $50, 50 Jamaican dollars. Makes no sense. That makes no sense, right? So with investment, there is a potential for high returns. Again, you have to do your research, because you can lose and you can win. It's a lose and win. But once it is that you're knowledgeable, you know what you're doing, then chances are you win more than you lose. The second thing is diversification of investment portfolio. Again, there are different type of investment options that are there, right? So depending on your level of risk, there are different options. There are different things for different people. So if you have a short-term goal opposed to a long-term, there are options for you. If you have a low risk tolerant and an aggressive risk tolerant, there's something for you. So you can diversify your investment portfolio and you can build wealth over time. So that is something that we all need to do. So just putting the money in the bank account will not cut it. And if you're not investing, you have to make your money work for you. All right, so I think that is pretty much an overview of what the stock market is in a nutshell, right? So as I said before, I want to start a series, and I'm sweating like I'm here in Florida, and it is so hotter than South Carolina. But anyways, I want to start this new series, make some more videos on this. So if you think that this video is insightful, just leave a comment in the comment section. And if you have your own tips or experiences, then you can go ahead and share them in the comment section. If you have any questions, go ahead and share them in the comment section. I'll try to make a video to answer those. Subscribe to this channel, leave a like. All right, so thank you guys for your continuous support. Again, subscribe, click that subscribe button, turn on the post notification, and stay tuned for more of these videos. I am out.